What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's your host, Minnie Money. Welcome to the Oasis 13 podcast. Black Woman Excellence Edition. Boo, 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 boo. I love these. I love these. I love these ones. If you cannot tell, I love them because I love myself. So why wouldn't I love putting out the Black Woman Excellence episodes? You know? Okay. All right. So, yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome. Before I get into the nitty gritty of the episode, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being alive. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your energy. Okay. All of that, all of that. Just thank you, just gratitude. Thank you, God, for giving me the message, to share. Thank you for speaking through me, you know. Um, yeah. So yeah, now that the gratitude is out the way, let's get to it. Okay, so like I said, or I didn't say yet, but today's episode, Black Woman Excellence, I said that. But the subtopic is self-confidence, self-love, and self-acceptance. And it was supposed to be a history, but you gotta kind of be flexible sometimes. And this is a topic that I have been feeling. Not only that, but it's 8/8/21. So it's the new moon in Leo. So it just aligns. It just makes sense to have this be the topic that I'm talking about this week for this episode. And um yeah, so let's get to it. Self-love, self-acceptance, and Black women just loving on themselves. And I feel like, again, this is needed because I just see so many things that just let me know that you can't love yourself if you are accepting certain things, if you are looking for certain things, if you are doing things for other people. It's just clear cut signs that you you're not really working on loving yourself, because it's a journey, right? It's not like you just decide, well, I'm gonna love myself today and then everything works out after that. No, everything is a journey, right? And I'm gonna go more into my journey and kind of how I was forced or pushed into accepting things that I never thought that I would accept about myself. Like, I literally thought I would go to my grave and or I would get a surgery for this and that or whatever. So, but we'll get into that, right? But first, let's get into like, what is self love, self acceptance, what is all of that, and like, how can we really define it? And so, for me, what I feel like it is, from experience and me working through that and me, you know, doing that, is I feel like it is healing yourself, healing yourself mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. All of those. I feel like that is what encompasses self-love, is when you are healing all of those things simultaneously, not one more than the other. Okay, because I feel like a lot of emphasis is put on the last one, the physical, right? Everybody's so focused on the physical. Meanwhile, you ain't even, like, you don't even know why you think certain thoughts. Okay, you don't even have a solid spiritual foundation to when you do think those certain thoughts, you can, speak to God about it, right? And and you don't even know how to deal with your emotions. So where either you're afraid to express yourself or you do it at the right times until when it becomes toxic to try to manipulate and control people, right? And so to me, those four things encompass what self-love is to me. So, again, when I was doing research, I found this TED talk where the lady was talking about self-love for women. In the first daggone 10 seconds, she said some daggone something that I want to share. So let me see how I do this. Try to share my screen.
If all Black women started a self-love journey, we could heal generations. Black women, did you know you can heal? Did you know you can feel? Did you know you can cry and completely surrender to the tears that are falling out of your eyes? Did you know that the trauma and pain that you've experienced isn't essentially normal? It's just been normalized. Did you know you don't always have to be strong, push through, and carry on, but most importantly, did you know that you are not alone?
Did you know? Did you know? Oh my God, that was amazing. If Black women went on a self-healing journey, self-love journey, we could heal the nation. We could heal generations. We could heal so many more to come. And that is so true. That, oh my God, that is so true because, and again, not in the way like before, again, with this strong Black woman stereotype, which is why it can be so negative because what it does is it has women, it has women think that we can't be vulnerable, think that we have to just push our emotions down, think that we have to just um keep going. We can't really talk about stuff and we just have to take everything. We just have to take everything and we just have to do what we have to do. And we just got to raise these kids and we just got to help the family and we just got to make sure our man is good and we can't say anything. We can't say anything. We just have to take it. And it just has to be like that. So you either have that stereotype or you have the overly emotional woman or overly a woman who explicitly does not show her love because she allows people to use her, which is why again I think the strong Black women came into fruition because women was like, oh no, I can do it by myself, and we can, right? But there's nothing wrong with getting help. It's nothing wrong with getting help. And so the other viewpoint of the other side of the strong Black women was the woman, again, like I said, who was being used and abused. And I talk about all of these in my Divine Feminine video, which you should check out. But we don't want to be that either. Like, I'm not trying to be a woman who just lets people walk over her and lets people dictate, you know, her life and has no kind of say. And I just got to sit here and be quiet. And I just gotta, you know, yeah. I can't have any opinions or emotions, and I'm just here to do what you want me to do. Like, that's just That's just my purpose. It's just for you, and anything that you say that I will do. What? 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 No, not me, honey. Not me, not me, not me, not me, baby. Uh-uh. So again, I think that's why the strong black woman came into it, because it was like, yo, we're not trying to be that. But also, let's not go too far, ladies, and be the woman who is doing too much, who not doing too much, but is like not accepting help, or not seeing when somebody is there to help her, or too afraid to be vulnerable, right? Shush. Okay, so we got that little piece out of the way. So I guess I could start with my journey, and then I'll go into just the things that I see in media that really gets on my nerves. Or should I start with media first? I think I'm gonna start with media first. All right. So BBLs, that's the trend now, right? And again, I say now because there's always a trend of how women, how what's the most what is the most sought after body type, or the most beautiful body type for women. As women, we do not we are not supposed to let men decide what's beautiful. We tell them what's beautiful. And how we tell them is not by, you know, actually saying it, but like just being who you being who you are, and you accepting who you are, and you loving who you are, and you being confident of who you are, they will love that. Okay? They will love that. Whatever you are naturally, okay? You don't got no booty, be confident. Make that shit look good. Like for real. But instead we got them saying, "Oh, this is what I like." The BBLs, the Coke body shape. Everybody want a booty, and everybody want titties and ass and a little small waist. Like, first of all, everybody's looks the same. So how is that even exciting? What's gonna be funny is when the men get tired of that body shape, and then they're like, "Oh no, I want something else," because that's human nature. That's human nature. Is like when you kind of want, you don't want something that everybody can have. Okay, and let's not even focus on men. That's a everybody thing. Nobody wants something that everybody can have. Nobody wants what everybody else has. So if you going to look like everybody else, at some point it's gonna go out of style. Cause like I just said, it's a trend. Okay. And I know there are a lot of women who say, like, oh, I'm doing it because of for me. I call bull. I call bull shiznai. Okay. Because you could go to the gym. Okay. And that will be healthy for you, right? That will be healthy for your body. Like you can up going, not even your body, but when you work out, when you're active, that's good for your mind. That's good for you. It's good for all of the four that I mentioned in the beginning that has to do with self-love. And so, but this BBL is a surgery. That's a surgery, which is causing a lot of effects on these women's bodies. Okay. And then the one where you actually put implants in there, again, it's causing negative effects on these women's bodies. So is that really you loving yourself? If it can negatively affect your body, is that really you loving yourself? Okay. And look, I'm speaking to myself because at one point I thought about getting a surgery. I'll tell y'all what kind of surgery. It wasn't with my body, but I thought about getting a surgery for a long period of my life before I was kind of forced to accept the cards that I have been given in life, you know? Um, but anyways, yeah, so BBL is the trend right now. BBL is a trend, and before it used to be the corsets, okay? And then at some other point it used to be the androgynous look or the really slim women. And again, these are all trends. Who the who the fuck cares about the trends? Cuz again, trends come and go, but can't nobody do you better than you. Let me show y'all something real quick. Because the curvy body shape is not the only one that looks good. It's not. And I looked up, let me show y'all this body chart, this body type chart. So the problem is women try to, again, everybody tries to put themselves in this one box of, and then everybody wants to wear the same kind of clothes, whatever, whatever. Depending on your body type, depends on what makes you look best. So look at this. Look at this. I'm sorry if you are just listening. I'm just showing a chart. You could just look up charts for how to dress for your body type, or check me out on YouTube. Okay, then you could see. But okay, because so it has the round, it has the eight, I think, the triangle, the pear, and the kind of boxy shape. All of these women look the fuck good. All of them look good because they're not trying to fit into somebody else's image. They are doing their own thing. And I'm trying to tell y'all, it ain't nothing sexier. It is nothing more attractive than you making you look good. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all from experience. It's nothing more attractive than you making you look good. Okay? And you being confident and you like fully accepting who you are and not caring if somebody accepts you because you know that you do and you know that you love you. And not I'm about to fucking cry, but listen, this is part of, you know, the message that I'm saying is that it's okay. Like, because the past me, before me, no. Crying? No, I was definitely, because I saw an image of a woman. My mom is a very giving woman. She's a very emotional woman. She is a very caring woman. And I saw her get used and abused for being that. And because I saw that, I was like, oh no, what I will not do is be used. So what I did is I went the whole opposite way until I learned that that's not healthy either, because I was blocking not only other people but myself. Yeah, so I had went the whole opposite way because I saw what I didn't want to be like, and as far as, you know, being used and abused, and I was like, oh no, honey, that will not be me. Okay. So again, I went the whole opposite way, but then I saw that me being that again was not healthy either. And so I had to tap more into my vulnerable side and my emotional side and my caring side, right? Because everything is a balance. Everything everything is a balancing act, and you don't want to go too far in the other way, right? But you want to take a little bit from each side. And so, okay, so let me talk about my journey and how I was kind of forced to accept me as me fully. Um, so when I was younger, um, just this is just facts. My mom said she gave me a perm when I was like 3 or something, and then the styles that she did were always pulling. They were kind of just pulling. So by the time I was like 10, 12, my edges was gone. They was like, I'm out of here. I'm sick of this abuse. I'm done. I don't blame them. So they was gone. Okay. And then my mom also says it was a hereditary thing, but I think it was hereditary is the caring for the hair. Um, and so because of that situation, I always tried to hide. Now my when I went natural, I don't have my hair out in this episode, but when I went natural, which was my senior year, I started doing that. When I let my natural texture come out, it's very thick. It's very thick. And even when I was had a perm, my hair has always looked healthy. So it was easy for me to hide it, unless I had a certain style where it literally went back, then you could see. But it was easy for me to hide it. And I hid it for a long time. And I I did not accept it. I said, I don't have to accept this because this is not something that I was born with. It's not like I was born with this, is because of circumstances that this happened. So me getting a surgery, what would be wrong with me getting a surgery? I would, you know, kind of be judgmental or be a hypocrite towards women getting their breasts done or their boobs done or their bodies done. But I would be like, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm gonna get that hair transplant surgery because it's not something I was born with. So I don't feel like I should have to deal with it. And that was my idea for life. I went to New York at one point, got a consultation. I've been looking up, different doctors. I found one in Sweden that's like really cheap. And I was like, yep, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. And, it was no doubt in my mind that that was what I was gonna do. I did not accept that. I was like, no, I ain't got to accept that because I want to wear different hairstyles, all this, that, all that, whatever. I felt like it was limiting me. I even said, like when I get a husband, he would not see that. Or by the time I get one, hopefully I'll have the hair transplant surgery. Okay, so let's fast forward. So, the time that I had to separate myself most from my ego was when I lived in Indonesia. And I will go more into that in my part 2 to how Indonesia changed my life. If you haven't seen part 1, watch that first. But Indonesia made me separate myself from my ego because I think I was the worst I've ever been in Indonesia. Like everything. My skin, I'm not going to go into it, but because I'll go into it on the second part on that video. But just know that Indonesia made me separate myself from my ego. And so when I came back home, it was almost like a test like, have you really accepted yourself and loved yourself for who you are? And so I had a situation happen where I got a haircut and it was way too short to cover up my edges. And every time I get a haircut, I tell the hairstylist, be very careful because I'm very sensitive about this. So make sure I can still cover my edges. And so I got a haircut and it was way too short for me to cover it. It was way too short for me to cover it. And I could have thrown on a wig, but I was like, I don't want a wig. I don't wear a wig. I was just very adamant I don't want to wear a wig. And so I made it into a style. I was like, well, fuck it. I guess this is me accepting the fact that I ain't got no edges and they ain't coming back. Okay, because I done tried a whole bunch of stuff. So it's what it is. And so either I'm going to love and accept myself or I'm gonna always, because even if I had gotten that surgery, like looking into it, it's like it may not work, or you have to keep getting it, or the hair follicles may not stay. I don't have time for all of that. I don't got time for all of that. So I accepted it. And mind I add you, I made it look the fuck fly. Okay, because I get a lot of compliments on my haircut by men and women. And I'm not sure if they can tell, like, because again, I think my barber does a really good job, but they is all out. It just be all out. I'm gonna post some pictures so y'all can see, but they be out. So it's either like you're gonna accept it or you're not. Cause at this point I have. And so if you don't like it, then cool. Cool. Cause I don't have to sit here and lie and try to cover up what it is, and um also I'm kind of glad I broke out today a little bit because another thing is before I had downloaded TikTok and my sister was showing me videos, I was like, damn, does everybody have flawless skin? Like, what is up with that? Does nobody have blemishes and acne? Like, is that the new thing for this generation? And again, it's another thing of like, yo, I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to come up here and act like I'm perfect, try to present myself as perfect. And my flaws make me differentiate me. Like if you see me, you're gonna know that it's me. You're not gonna think it's somebody else because I try to look like everybody else. Okay? Because I got a certain type of walk. I got a certain type of talk. Okay, I got a certain type of smell. I got a certain type of face. I got a like shit, my fucking edges, my haircut with my edges when I have my hair out. Like that is what makes me me. That is what differentiates me from everybody else. So like whatever makes you you, if you don't got no ass, baby, make it work for you. If you ain't got no titties, make it fucking work for you. If you got a big ass gap, make it work for you. Now I ain't saying have fucked up teeth. Like if all your teeth is fucked up, then you know, I don't see nothing wrong with braces. But if you got, I think when people have those gaps like right in the middle, I love that. It be looking so like they be, and you can't never not know that it's them. Like that is an identifying factor. That's like, oh yeah, that's such and such, right? Because what the song "Crooked Smile," like that's what makes you you. That's what makes you unique. And so I know that the BBLs and the this figure is like really, trendy right now. But just know that everything trendy goes out of style. And not saying if you naturally have this figure, you're going to go out of style because that's your natural shape. I'm just saying, don't be getting that thinking that that is going to get you some more type of love, especially from outside. Because if you're doing that for outside love or even inside love, because if you do not accept your body and who you are and whatever experiences and circumstances that you have been given in this life, you're always going to be doing something outside of yourself, thinking that that is what is going to give you your validation, your confidence, your acceptance. And it won't. It will not. The only thing that can give you that is yourself. And when you give that to yourself, then people be like, yo, I mean, I know they ain't got no ass, but she look good as a bitch. I know that she ain't got no, but she look good as a bitch. I know that such and such dude. I know that she got a big ass gap, but she made that shit look good. Like, that's what you supposed to do. You let them know what looks good. Don't let society tell you what looks good. Okay? Because I hope I don't mess up her YouTube name, but the girl, Caitlyn. Y'all remember the girl? She was this mean, like she had the little ponytail, and it said something like, when he see you on social media versus when he meets you in real life, because her social media picture, she was like all dolled up, and then the picture in real life, she was looking like with the little ass ponytail. But anyways, if you know, you know. But anyways, she's really popular on YouTube. And the one thing I can say about that girl is she loves herself. Okay, she accepts herself and she don't give a fuck what nobody else got to say. And that is very, not even just like attractive as like, like wanting to be with her, but just attractive as like, I applaud her. Like I love that. Like, why wouldn't you want to be around a person like that? And she ain't out here trying to like get a BBL and change her body or whatever. She like, yo, this is me. If you like it, then you like it. And the girl got a whole man's and a baby. So what? Okay, because first of all, and let me say this. We are so much more than this physical. We are so much more than our bodies. So you may not be his body preference. So the fuck what? Because you have a whole much more to offer. Okay? And so again, we as women hold a lot of power. So when we make them look past our bodies, like, yeah, appreciate our bodies, like, yeah, we look good, you know, recognize that, but also know that it's more than that. Like, damn, can you try to get to know like me as a person, like my personality? Like, what's up? Like, I'm more than just a fucking body. So even if I'm not your body type, cool. That's not the only thing that I have to offer. And if that's all you can see, I don't want you anyway, baby. So what to do? You know, I feel like I just ranted this whole episode, but that's okay. Okay. Um, because I hope the message came across of us taking back control of our confidence and our self-love and our self-acceptance, because you were made, God specifically made you the way that you are for a reason. Okay. And so it's a journey getting back to understanding that and accepting that and loving that. Okay. And not looking for that from somebody else, because bump what they got to say. Because you know what you have to offer, and you know who you are, and you know that there's nobody else in this freaking world like you. It ain't nobody else like you. Don't nobody else move like you. Don't nobody else talk like you. And I mean the real you, like the real honest you, not this persona, not who you trying to put out to everybody. Like the real honest you, ain't nobody else touching you, man. That's the beautiful thing about humanity is that we are so alike in so many ways, but also so different. It's so beautiful. And so, ladies, 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 love yourself. Okay. Accept yourself. Um, Respect yourself. Because when we do these things, okay, there will be, again, like she said, a woman who heals herself. It's an automatic. You're gonna automatically heal the people around you and heal generations to come. It's just an automatic thing. And it's an automatic of things once you heal emotional, physical, spiritual, mental, what? Things are gonna start to align. It's just going to align. Okay, things gonna start coming together. And you know, whatever does not come together, you know that it wasn't meant for you. Because you know that you done did everything that you could, you know, if you want something. And if you know that it doesn't come, then it just wasn't meant. And that's okay. Okay. But once we get into let me get my words together. Once we really, 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 really love ourselves, it will literally change. Like all this back and forth between men and women, all of this was popping, was popular, was talked about, all of this will not be going on. It will not. It will not. Because certain things will not be accepted. Period. Certain things will not be accepted from women. And when we stop accepting certain things, yo, the man gonna have to get their stuff together. I promise you. And they will, because listen, they used to have wars over women. Okay, so I need y'all to recognize y'all power. Because when we step into that, man, can't nobody tell you nothing. And again, I know it's a journey. I know because I've been on it. I'm on it now. And it's an everyday thing, right? But I'm saying that it feels good the more you step into really knowing who you are, understanding who you are, accepting who you are, and loving who you are. Okay? So that's it for this episode. I hope that it wasn't too crazy. I hope that you got something out of it. And yeah, I'll see y'all next week. Next week is I will drop the second part for the Indonesia vlog. I mean not vlog, but story time, whatever. So yeah. Please remember that your refuge is in your self-healing. So hit yourself to find your refuge. Okay? Okay. Peace.